Teachers often use PowerPoint to present new information to students, as well as keep themselves on track as they teach. These slide decks can also be utilized by students before or after a lesson individually, especially if it's located somewhere convenient like the OneNote class notebook. Making presentations visually accessible is not only necessary, but it is easier than you think. As much as 8% of the male population and 0.5% of the female population has some degree of color blindness, according to the National Eye Institute. One easy thing we can do to accommodate this population is to make sure that color is not the only means of relaying information. Using different shading techniques, like the one in this graph, is an easy way for all people to be able to successfully read a graph or chart. Another way we can ensure that our presentation is visible for everyone is to have a high contrast in color between background and text. High contrasting colors can also help students with other print disabilities, such as dyslexia. Making sure that the words on the screen are visible will make the information you want to convey stand out. Text that appears over the top of graphics can be difficult for many people to read because there can be competing colors around the words. Simple text on a basic background usually has the best visibility. Presentation slides are meant as a guide, not an entirely text-based experience. Some basic text, outlines, and quotes are fine, but it is best to keep it simple so that the viewer can focus on your verbal information. Font size is also important. A 20-point font is typical for a large print book that you might be reading up close. But if you want your text to be visible from further away, consider using something larger, like 36 or 40. It can be important to have text appear at different times for some presentations. The right timing can build suspense and provide great impact for an audience. Try to refrain from using text that moves or animates constantly, as this can be difficult for many people to read. I like to include additional resources in my presentations, especially if it is a lesson that students will be experiencing independently. If I want to create a link to the supporting documents in my presentation, it's helpful for the text on the slide to have descriptive text instead of the actual web address. Using the new Link Gallery in PowerPoint, I can quickly find my most recently used files and add links to those. The file name is automatically used as the link name. Screen readers do a much better job of relaying information to viewers with actual words instead of web addresses. Students with print disabilities, non-native speakers, or those who are deaf or hard of hearing may wish to listen to lessons more than once. This can be especially helpful if students are trying to capture notes at the same time, as they can pause the recording to write something down. Teachers can record videos of themselves narrating the key points of a slide right from within PowerPoint, and add captions to go along with their narration. These recordings can be utilized in a variety of ways, but it certainly lends itself to the flipped classroom model. This personalized learning allows students to preview the lesson at home or in a small group, and frees the teacher to work individually with students who are finished watching. Teachers might also want to add a script or closed captions to their lesson. Instead of listening to the video and recreating all the audio yourself, we have a great hack. Watch what happens when I play the video in one window and use the dictate feature in OneNote's learning tools to create a draft in OneNote. As it hears the words, it automatically puts the text in, and all you have to do is edit afterwards.
Spy hopping.
The ice floe was about 25 feet square, but it kept getting smaller, I think, through the action of the orca.
And it appears they don't like the location of the floe either.
Finally, before I'm finished making my presentation, I need to run the accessibility checker. In the Review tab, select Check Accessibility. In the new window on the right, I can see that I've forgotten to add a caption to the embedded video on this slide. By adding this text, a person using a screen reader will understand that there is a video there. I can even select the item in the list, and more information appears below describing why this is a problem and how I can fix it. Running this check is my new habit to ensure that everyone has access to this material. It was easy to do, easy to make quick fixes, and something that needs to be part of our daily creation process. It is so important for all of us to remember our diverse audiences when creating new PowerPoint presentations. We have such great tools right here to accommodate audiences with a wide range of vision, hearing, mobility, and cognitive abilities. We must utilize them in order for everyone to be able to see, navigate, and understand the content.